Hey, everyone! Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into one of the most exciting and sometimes controversial financial strategies out there, the leveraged buyout, or LBO. Whether you're a finance newbie or looking to brush up on your knowledge, this video will give you a solid understanding of LBOs, what they are, how they work, and why they matter. Let's start with the basics. If you've ever heard the term buyout in the news or seen it mentioned in finance circles, you probably know it involves one company purchasing another. But a leveraged buyout is a specific kind of buyout, one where the BIR uses a significant amount of borrowed money to fund the acquisition. Section 1. What is a leveraged buyout LBO? So, what exactly is an LBO? It's a method of acquiring a company where the BIR uses a combination of their own equity and a large amount of borrowed money. Typically, the debt used in an LBO is secured against the assets of the company being acquired. Think of it like this. Imagine you want to buy a house, but you don't have enough cash. So, you borrow money from the bank to cover most of the price and use your savings for the down payment. In an LBO, the company being bought is like the house. It's the collateral for the loan. Typically, in an LBO, 60 to 90% of the purchase price is financed by debt, with the remaining portion coming from the BIR's own equity. The goal is to use the company's cash flow to repay the loan over time, hopefully making the company more valuable in the process. Section 2. Why do companies use LBOs? So, why would someone use this strategy? There are a few key reasons. First and foremost, it allows the BIR to make large acquisitions without needing to put up huge amounts of their own capital. Think about it. If a private equity firm wants to acquire a company worth $500 million, they might only need to invest $100 million of their own money, borrowing the rest. By using debt to finance the majority of the deal, the firm can amplify their potential return on investment, but it also comes with higher risk. Here's where the financial engineering part comes in. The idea is that by taking on debt, you're using the company's future earnings to pay off the debt and eventually own the company outright. Over time, the company becomes more efficient, its operations improve, and its value increases. That's the hope. Anyway, Section 3. How do LBOs work? Alright, let's break down the process of an LBO. At its core, the deal is a three-step process, identifying a target company, structuring the deal, and then managing the company post-acquisition. The first step is finding a target company. Private equity firms, for example, typically look for companies with stable cash flows, low debt, and the potential for operational improvements or strategic growth. The key is to find a company that can generate enough money to pay off the debt used to acquire it. Next comes the structuring of the deal. Once the target is identified, the deal is structured. This involves determining how much debt to take on, the terms of the loan, and how much equity the BIR will invest. This is where the BIR's experience and expertise come into play, structuring a deal that makes sense financially while minimizing risk. Finally, after the acquisition happens, it's time for the third step, managing the company post-buyout. After the deal closes, the new owners take control. They typically focus on improving the company's operations, cutting costs, or finding ways to grow the business. The goal is to increase profitability, so the company can generate the cash flow needed to pay off the debt. In many cases, they may also look to sell the company in a few years for a profit, either through a secondary buyout or an IPO. Section 4. Risks and rewards of LBOs. Now, let's talk about the big picture, the risks and rewards. LBOs can be incredibly lucrative, but they're also risky. The high level of debt makes the transaction more vulnerable to market fluctuations, economic downturns, or poor company performance. If things go well, however, the rewards can be huge. The use of debt can lead to high returns on the equity invested. Because the BIR is leveraging other people's money, a small increase in the company's value can lead to a much larger percentage return on the BIR's initial investment. But as you can imagine, the flip side is that if things go wrong, say the company doesn't perform as expected, or the economy takes a downturn, the debt can become a burden. The company may struggle to make its debt payments, and the BIR might end up losing a lot of money. In the worst case, the company might even go bankrupt, and the BIR could lose their entire investment. So, while LBOs can be very profitable, they are also very risky. Section 5. Examples of famous leveraged buyouts. Let's take a look at some famous examples of LBOs, so you can get a sense of how they work in real life. One of the most famous LBOs in history is the 1989 buyout of RJR Nabisco by the private equity firm Kohlberg Kravis Roberts & Co. (KKR). The deal was valued at $25 billion, making it the largest LBO at the time. It's often referred to as the deal that sparked the LBO boom of the 1980s. However, the RJR Nabisco deal didn't come without its challenges. The company struggled under the massive debt load, but ultimately, KKR managed to turn things around and make a significant profit. This deal was also immortalized in the book and movie Barbarians at the Gate. Another famous LBO is Dell's buyout in 2013. Michael Dell, the company's founder, along with private equity firm Silver Lake Partners, took the company private in a $24.4 billion deal. The move was partly driven by Dell's desire to transform the company without the pressure of public markets. By reducing costs and refocusing on its enterprise business, Dell has since seen growth. So, to wrap things up, a leveraged buyout is a financial strategy that allows companies to buy other businesses using borrowed money. It can be a powerful tool for growth and profit, but it comes with risks, especially due to the heavy reliance on debt. Ultimately, the success of an LBO depends on the ability to improve the target company's operations and manage that debt effectively. Thanks for tuning in. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more finance insights. Drop any questions you have about LBOs in the comments below, and I'll be sure to get back to you. See you in the another video.